the inner dynamics of like men and women dating. That's cool. We can talk about that shit all day and like get men learned up to navigate through that space as best as possible. But what we really need to be focusing on is how to get men to navigate this space where they're not going to get taken advantage of by society as a whole. And right now, to me, the war is society demonizing, not even demonizing men, but like, not putting any worth to a man's life. Like, we just get looked over, bro. Like, all the energy, all of the weight, everything is placed in the female's hand, bro. They pretty much dictate everything, bro, for the majority.
But the thing is, so Stevie, yeah? Let me just cut you there, brother, yeah?
Yeah.
Who placed that power in the female's hands?
Ooh, that's loaded. That's loaded.
I'm saying, like, did men place that power in females' hands?
As far as like the examples I was providing?
Yeah, like, because for me, right, I'm just trying to figure out, because I agree with everything that you're saying. It's a gynocentric order right now. Yeah. Women have too much power in society. Women can take, like, I did a show yesterday with Pearl, right? And we were talking about divorce. And I was saying a woman can cheat on a man, then divorce him, take his house, take his cars, take his children, and then dictate to that man when and where he can or cannot see his children. Bro, that's too much power for one person to have. For me, right?
I know where it comes from, though. It comes every time we have an issue that's like layered like this, you trace it back to the dollar, bro. Every time. Because the way court systems are set up right now stem from how it really needed to be when the man was the breadwinner and the mother wasn't making any money. And God forbid, like the man dies or he leaves his woman. Now the woman shit out of luck. Like she has nothing to take care of herself. So they implemented laws to accommodate that, right? In the traditional times. But now we sped up to these modern times where those same policies are no longer needed, but they haven't adjusted accordingly. So now you have all these modern ass women who are totally capable of being able to take care of themselves, but they're still taking advantage of how the court systems have always been to exploit men's finances, bro. Like the divorce court, paternity court, all they looking for is the dollar. That's it. And he's sucking you dry. They can give two fucks about who got the baby, who's this, that, and the third. Like, where the money at? And most times than not, the men have the money, so they're gonna take that. They're gonna take that money from men. You know what I'm saying? All this shit, feminist movement, trace it back to the dollar, bro. Like, granted, feminist movement came from like not being able to vote, and regardless how you feel about that shit, that's where it stemmed from. But fast forward to 2022. This third wave feminism shit's got out of hand. Women can do whatever they want. Trace it to the dollar. How much purchasing power do women have today? Pretty much all of it, dog. All of it. So now you empower these women to go out here and spend $1, and then you feminize these men and keep them in these holes, keep it in these pockets where they can't do shit, bro. Just empower these women to be hoes and spend money and all that shit and keep the economy going, bro. That's all it is. It's all it is.
Marcus, do you think the reason why women have so much power now is because of money?
Yeah, I can't go against that. Like, yeah, because you can see the change in the household. Yeah, over the last 25 years, you can see a massive change. Yeah, and it is, a lot of it is financial. So I agree with Stevie on that 100%. My only input on that again is like, how did it get to that stage? This is a question I keep on asking about this subject. Yeah, it's like, how did it get to the stage? Like, other men must have made laws, made rules to put the general everyday man in this position.
At a disadvantage.
Yeah, like when my father was growing up, he was making money. Yeah, my mom was a bank manager, bro. Like she was doing her thing too, but the household had a focus in it where my father ran that household, bro. Yeah, that's not to say my mom didn't have no input in the household, but now what I'm looking at now is not just, I agree with Stevie totally on it's all about that pound, it's all about that dollar, but at the same time, what is once women start making so much money through this, yeah, where does it then go?
Where does the money go?
No, they're making all the money now, or they start to make all the money now, yeah? So what, does it flip back round for the courts to start looking to give men the opportunities now because women are making all the money and the courts want all the money? Does it flip back round now?
No.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
So we just fade to black.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what's going on, right? We just fade to black, bro. Like that's what it's looking like. Like we just fade to black, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Go on, Stevie.
I think about this shit, bro. Like what is it gonna turn into? And I don't think that men will ever get to the point where they fade to black, because if it comes to that extent, man, like the real man gonna stand up and fucking fight back, dog. And
Agreed.
But I think biology is always gonna be a factor, bro. Like feminists haven't been empowered to fucking self-destruct, because being able to have money and provide things of that nature, bro, that's a burden on the men to have. Like, a woman can feel, comfortable and powerful at the end of the day, but like biologically and hypergamy, all that shit is real, bro. So no matter how successful a woman gets and her accomplishments, she wants a man to be at her level or better, dog. So biology is going to get to the point where you have all these women making all this fucking money, whatever. They're not fucking happy. They're going to end up finding the fucking men that's going to put them in their place. I think what's going to happen is there's going to be polygamy out the ass. You have one man for fucking 30 bitches, dog. That's what I think is going to fucking happen until we instill confidence enough in men to get them back on the same page, bro.
Listen, Stevie, 7,000 years ago, right? One man was reproducing with, I think it was 17 women. So when you're saying polygamy is going to be, I really do. I see you. I see that coming back into play right now. Because I personally believe that, like I've said, hypergamy is on steroids right now, right? Yeah. So literally you have literally every woman looking to a 5% type man, right? Stevie, you can probably you're a muscular dude, you know what I'm saying? Like you do your thing. I'm sure there are many women, even though you've got your lady, I'm sure there are many women that probably want to get in on what you have, right? So what is happening? And they would literally, and we can see it even with the show that I do weekly. You see it, Marcus. Women would literally shun regular dudes who they think are regular, guys that work at Starbucks, guys that stack shelves, guys that are making 40 grand a year, whatever, right? They would literally shun those guys and be looking right at the top, but not realizing, but they do realize also as well, that guy's got at least 50 women at his disposal, right? Yep. So then what's that guy to do? What's that guy to do?
Be the good guy and be faithful and monogamous.
Get tied down. That's what I was just about to say.
Come on, man.
He's still going to get locked down by one in the prison society, man.
Like, what's he to do? All right, listen. I'm going to ask you guys a question, yeah? All right, cool. What advice, would you give to men to help them with the current way that women are acting? What advice would you give to general men, Stevie? I'll go to you, Stevie, and I'll go to you, Marcus. What advice would you give to the average man in regards to women nowadays?
I would say, don't even be thinking about hoes and just focus on your purpose, bro. I mean, but that's easier said than done, because, it's essentially talking to myself 10, 15 years ago. Like, what would I tell myself? What would I tell myself? But I know how I was, bro. I think about this shit all the fucking time. Like, as studious and as knowledgeable as I am on this subject at this point right now, if I was to bring this information to a motherfucker like me at 23, 24 years old, who's out here running these streets, fucking hoes, all that shit, I'm not trying to hear anything an old head got to say to me, bro. I'm going to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? But that struggle is real. It's like, bro, leave the hoes alone, focus on your bag. 23, 24 years old. Leave the hoes alone, focus on your bag. I mean, that sounds cool, but